Hey everyone, how's it going? Robert LaFrance here with Realty One Group Momentum at the time of making this video. I'm actually driving down to Jacksonville, Florida right now so I can begin my holiday season in spirit with my girls, spend some time with family, and maybe hit up the Invasion down at Skydive Sebastian. Since I have like 10 hours to drive, I figured I'd take a quick moment to make a video as far as like an introduction of who I am and what I'm doing and where I'm going in life. Putting out there, all right? So my name is Robert LaFrance, currently 29 years old. I turned 30 in February, on February 9th, if you want to remember my birthday. Ready to turn 30, I'm excited. I am a licensed realtor, a real estate professional, real estate investor. I have a couple properties, not to brag, but just put more out there about me. It's only a couple properties. So licensed realtor, real estate investor. I consider myself a real estate professional. I want to just be the go-to person for anything real estate related or money related, really. You know, like everybody's out there hustling, trying to get to where they're trying to go, however they're trying to do it. So what I've done over the last like 10 to 15 years is try to knowingly, sometimes unknowingly, is just try to capture as much information and experience as possible and resources to be there for people. I mean, I remember when I was 17 years old, I just came back from Lake Havasu, Arizona, laying tile and building pools with my grandfather, and I like came back and my friend was like, "Bob, stop trying to teach me things." So like I've always been that kind of person, and I've actually like slow down on the teaching people things just because sometimes people don't want to be taught when they're not asking for it, you know. So yeah, so from there, 17 came back, and then I joined the Navy at like 18, 19. I joined it in August. I joined August 13th of 2008. So I was a Navy diver for 7 years. My first tour, I taught submarine escape in Groton, Connecticut. Groton was awesome. At the time, I wasn't too happy about it, but I think that was because more I was surrounded by some negative people. Like once I got away from that, started skydiving and like just enjoying what Connecticut and the New England area had to offer again. I enjoyed more time letting the dogs out, skydiving, watching those sunsets out in Connecticut, like Manchester, East Lyme, like just Connecticut has great sunsets. Anyway, so I taught submarine escape up there. It was super cool, teaching people how to escape from a submarine, traveling 625 feet per minute towards the surface, just exhaling all the way up for 45 feet. Super fun, super cool, breaking the rules of diving. I was going to Southern Illinois University while I was during that time for workforce education development, which is great because that's just gone right in line with everything else that I've been doing as far as like, business startups and my real estate business and like helping other people identify goals or gaps and stuff like that, and just being a resource for people's success. That is a great program. I highly recommend anybody going to Southern Illinois University. I went to Carbondale, Workforce Education and Development. And then from there, I transferred down to Norfolk, Virginia, and I was at Mobile Diving Salvage Unit 2 as a MUDSU, as a Salvage Command and Expeditionary Salvage Command. So what that meant is that we did a lot of, my team, we did a lot of inventory, we did a lot of training. We went on one joint partnership deployment down in like South America, Central America. It's called Southern Partnership Station, or Joint Southern Partnership Station, something like that. I'll see if I can pull up a link and put in the info later. There's a bunch of great articles and good videos as far as like what we were doing down there with like the divers in Colombia and Belize and Guatemala and stuff like that. We worked with the FEN and the Caipiel. Super cool, very humble guys, great time. And then during that time, I finished up whatever courses I needed for that degree. Got out of the Navy, was a full-time student for a year, brand new father, super excited. Or I actually became a father earlier that year. I pretty much took in my stepdaughter. Pretty much took her in, and then my daughter was born in December 23rd of 2015. I got out of the Navy August 4th, Went to Sziget, which is a 7-day art and music festival in Budapest, Hungary. I would totally recommend going to that. It was awesome. And then a few short months after that, baby Isabel was born. And then I was a full-time student, getting my real estate license and doing what I could. Got my real estate license around October of 2016. And then just started hitting the ground running, trying to just gain as much momentum as possible, taking in all the information, anything real estate related. There's so many avenues within the niche of real estate. It's mind-blowing, actually. So I focused on investing and being a licensed realtor, which pretty much came with proper representation of a buyer and seller according to their goals and standards, and their goals and standards, and what resources I have positioned myself to provide for my clients. As an investor, helping distressed sellers or people with distressed properties get out or get ahead of it and see what I can do to help them. And I put a lot of time into creative financing and alternative acquisitions, which, because there's more than one way to acquire a property, and depending on your scenario, dictates which path or strategy we should go. And that, as a real estate professional, and not just a realtor, but as a real estate professional, an experienced one, I feel as though we should take an analysis as far as what your scenario is and figure out what the best strategy would be, whether it's to list your home traditionally, or if you want to rent it out for 20 years to someone else, a long-term tenant. I don't know. There's just options, you don't know until you know. And then, let's see, I've done a couple of joint ventures that, have not been successful, but that's a part of entrepreneurship. I heard some statistic earlier saying that, Darren Hardy's, today's Darren Daily, which is like morning motivation, positivity, get it going. He was talking about one of his interviewees or mentors, where he's like, about how many businesses have you started? He's like, around 100. He's like, well, how many have been successful? And he said about 10%. You know what I mean? So it's like, first of all, if you're not failing, you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not moving forward, you're not getting any closer to success. And then two, you gotta keep doing it, and whatever sticks to the wall kind of thing. Amazon, they tried a bunch of different ventures and toy industry before they got to where they are now, and so you don't grow unless you make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. So they were all great experiences, and they all just better prepared me for what I'm doing now. What I'm so focused on right now, and then we're going to have a more professional video done as far as like who I am, my intro, like narration and stuff like that, key points. I'm just on a long road trip, so I got time for days. But what I'm focusing right now is just positioning myself to be a resource for everybody. Okay, so realtor, real estate professional, however you want to address me or title me, whatever. Real estate professional, we all live somewhere, we all pay bills, everything like that. We're all trying to move someplace. I want to best represent my party's best interest, whether it's selling a home or buying a home. Boom, that's what I want to do. And what do people want to do? They want to make the most money off the sale of their house. They want to save as much money when they're purchasing a house. Everybody wants to make money for whatever goals they are. And then from there, I noticed, cause every time I was having a closing, hey, how do I set up my electricity? Hey, how do I get my trash? Hey, what are some good security companies local? Home warranties, all these different things. And I was noticing that I had a partial assemblage of resources for my clients. And then I was at a Tidewater Real Estate Investors Group TRIG meeting, where I met my mentor, Mr. William Hurst. And he's an entrepreneur, real estate investor now. He used to be a welder at the Norfolk Naval Shipyard, or the Norfolk Shipyard, being a welder, making $22, $25 an hour, something like that, working in the cold on the weekends. I don't want to do that anymore. Anyway, so he introduced this to me, and showed, he presented it the same way that we all present it. Like, hey, you're looking for an opportunity, or hey, I think this would be a great fit for you, check it out. And he showed me the information. He introduced me to ACN, and what ACN is, ACN is the world's number one direct seller of telecommunications. Okay, so we have an online platform, an online business that's in 26 countries right now. We're exploding. We're expanding all over the world. We're about to launch in the Philippines and and a few other countries. So we're in 26 countries right now, and what it is that it offers services, you know, related to those areas. In our country, it's internet, security, home phone and wireless phone. What did I say? Energy, security, internet, phone, wireless and home, credit card processing for businesses, and satellite TV. If I miss some, it's because I'm driving, and that's all my website. So those are the services they offer. I'm like, okay, boom, my clients ask for these services all the time. Now I can provide them to them, staying in front of them as a realtor, because as an entrepreneur, especially a realtor, you need to stay in front of your clients after closing. What a lot of people do is they spend money on like send out cards or whatever reasons to stay in front of their clients. So like, you know, the follow-up. And I was like, well, wait a second. They're going to come to me for these services. I'm going to set them up with the same services that they were going to do. You know, if they wanted DirecTV or Vivid, they're out there advertising. They're like, oh, I'm just going to call DirecTV or Vivid and set it up. But they can continue working with me, who they've developed a relationship with over however much time that it's taken, and then we can continue working continue working together, provide them the resources they need, and then on top of it, every time I sign up a customer, and then on certain services, every time a customer pays their bill, a portion or a meal gets donated to Project Feeding Kids, which is helping hungry children in America, both US and Canada. Okay? So I save money. I help my clients by saving money on services. Or, you know, that's the point. If you're not saving money, then, you know, whatever, go somewhere else. But I'm here to help you save money on those services. Now you're going to be feeding a hungry kid every time you pay your bill, and then I acquire a customer. Or if you were to refer another customer to me, that's another time a kid gets fed, you know? And then on top of it, I stay in front of my clients and develop this continuous relationship with them after closing. You know, a lot of people have, the last few prospects I've spoken to, they're like, oh, you're a realtor, you know, gotta watch out or whatever. Because I suggested, I was like, hey, you know, bring your friends, it'll be so much fun. Like, go home, you know, go showing properties with your friends, you know, instead of just me and you, or you driving behind me or whatever. Let's all go to groups. She's like, wait, you want me to bring my friends? Yes. But you're a realtor. Don't you just want their business? I mean, like, look, yeah, I want their business, or I'll look for their business. But, like, this is going to be fun. Oh, well, I don't know if you're going to sell any houses with my friends coming. They're going to pick everything apart. Perfect. Because the idea behind this is to find a house that meets your criteria and standards, and we want to find you the home that is best for you. I'm not just trying to sell you a house to get paid. Like, money comes and goes, and then your and I relationship and experience will be what it is, and then you'll just look at me as a person that just wanted money. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, bring your friends, let's have some fun, pick out all the small details, look out for your best interest, and then, you know, yeah, if I get business out of it, cool, or if not, you know, and it's not always about gaining business. I like to work with people that I can have a good relationship with, and like, just work well together. And, you know, I'm sure you know, working or being around all kinds of people or trying to talk to all kinds of people, you just don't mesh with some people. So I'd rather send them to a person where they see eye to eye versus like trying to get all the business for myself. It's just not how I work. So yeah, so painting a picture in so many different words. So I'm a real estate professional, boom, asset, resources, bills, we all pay bills. We all need to set up services after we buy a house, boom, bills, saving money on bills, help feed hungry kids, awesome, all great causes. I stay in front of my client or continue communicating with my client after closing, which is what a realtor wants, and outside of just the real estate transaction, or anybody in the real estate industry, actually, this can be applied to, or insurance agents, or, you know, any of these industries where you're just constantly in front of people and trying to like help them establish services or get them set up for whatever their next move is. Great opportunity for you. And then, so we got real estate, we got ACN, and the opportunity, and how it works for me is like on the other side, because I'm helping kids get fed, I'm helping people save money on their bills. What's in it for me? Yeah, I stay in front of them, I continue working with them, which is great. I earn residual income off of all those bills that they pay. All right, so, you know, for acquiring a customer through my online site, I get paid residual income, which is getting paid over and over and over again for doing something once, you know. So like a lot like EXP Realties have got this going on, residual income. A lot of other companies are doing residual income. Business models themselves are changing to look out for everyone else. You know, the traditional business model was, you know, I would say more of a pyramid, because you got a worker bees and all the money and the profit goes up to the owner who owns the establishment or whatever. Whereas this one, network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever, new business models are changing to not only reinforce the company's existence, but present the opportunity for working with great people. And by working with great people and building up each other up and building each other's success, you become successful. It's not just more me anymore. It's like, okay, if I want to become successful, especially in like the multi-level marketing area, I have to help you become successful. And that is the biggest thing when, you know, looking for a leader or a mentor or a team manager or whatever, is like, you want to make sure you have someone that can help you become successful in all the right ways. I mean, you got to make sure you put in your effort too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm all about helping people, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to be wasting my man hours to help you do something where it's clear that you don't put the energy in or whatever. You know what I mean? So on the earning side of, like, as a person needing to earn a living, I have my commissions, which are 100%, by the way, at Realty One Group Momentum. I'm in Realty One Group Momentum in Virginia Beach. We have 100% commission, and then we have like two fees. You have a monthly fee and then a transaction fee, and that's it. So I'm making 100% commission, and then, you know, if and when I acquire customers after a closing, I get, you know, bonuses. Actually, I forgot to say that with ACN, there's like 4 different ways to earn income. You have your residuals that I touched on. After, you know, paying the bill every month, I earn a percentage of all the bills. I get residual income. I get bonuses from the companies that I acquire services for. So when I established 2 of my properties up with Vivint, they were doing a $400 bonus. Set up 2 Vivint customers, get a $400 Visa gift card. So think about it, like, oh, I set up my properties, I earn residuals off those 2 properties, and then I get a bonus for setting up services. And then there's promotions, you know, there's promotions within the company. So as you acquire more and more customers, you get promoted in the company, and then you get bonuses for those too. And then once you reinforce a team that of success, and everybody builds each other up and everybody's growing on your team. It's raining. The guy's going 95, speeding around me behind a truck. It's just, jeez. So yeah, there's multiple ways to earn income. If you're interested in that opportunity, hit me up. I'll definitely show it to you. I'm just vomiting from the mouth on this long road trip. Yeah, so real estate, ACN, and then they all just kind of work together. You know, right now I'm just trying to earn my commissions and my residuals up so I can just enjoy my life. I continue going on trips and being with my family, and, you know, skydive. Like, I want to skydive all the time. That's my goal. You know, if I can build my business to be automated and then still be there for my people, and then like skydive all the time, be my pilot's license, get my pilot's license, like, that is dreams. You know, what are your goals and dreams right now, and what are you doing to achieve those, if anything? You know, are those things working? Do you need assistance? You know, like, what do you live for? And that is the biggest thing, is ask yourself, what do you live for, and am I happy doing that? And that is the biggest thing. Like, I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, and, you know, he talks about, like, whether you're making $12 an hour or $50,000 an hour, it all just depends. It's all out of perspective. You know, what is success? Are you happier? Would you be happier making $12 an hour working for A-Rod, you know, like just being in his back pocket all the time, and then once you grow from there, you know, that presents more opportunities? Or would you rather work, this is him, Gary Vee, but then it's like, or would you rather work for, you know, Vaynerchuk Media making $55,000 a year? And, you know, it's like, he said, he's like, I'd rather work for A-Rod. Like, I'd rather make $12 an hour work for A-Rod. That sounds way better than me, better to me. So, road trip conversations. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and where I'm going in this world. Uncut, unedited, road trip style. I should have just went live for that, really. That's it for now. 19 minutes, 44 seconds. Thank you so much if you stayed to this point. I hope I was engaging. I know my material was everywhere. But have a great one. I'll be in touch. Bye.